Yo guys and alls, I was going to do this after the update, but I thought I may as well save time because I have a 9-month-old baby and I'm sick as shit as well. But I can't miss another video of greatness.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Cortex have just released 3.1.0, which is another plugin update. So we now get Nameless, Fortin Nameless, and we get Soldano. Soldano was the first neural DSP plugin I ever bought, and it's the one. It is the reason why I've started using plugins a lot now. It's absolutely brilliant. So to get that on the Quad Cortex is a game changer. Also, Fortin Nameless is a beast, If you do anything down-tuned or you just want a filthy, thick drive tone, then Fortin Nameless is the way to go. I'd even say it's better than Nolly. Pliny X kind of sits somewhere in the middle there, which has got big old high gain, but it's got some nice cleans as well. The Tone King is possibly on the list as well. Hopefully when that comes out for Quad Cortex, I'll pick that up as well. But anyway, today is basically about like, hi guys, sorry I've been away for a while. It's been a while. I've got a 9-month-old baby and she is amazing, but she's been nothing but sick for the last 3 months because of nursery. I too have been nothing but sick for the last 3 months because of nursery. So I haven't been able to do videos. I've just been up and down, been super busy. I've been out on tour. I've just got back. I've just ended a session. So I've got a bit more time now, or hopefully a bit more time. So maybe I can keep this a little bit more regular. But enough about that. It's all about 3.1.0 today. So I'm not going to go through all of the features, but I'm definitely going to go through the 2 amps that we've got and kind of what we've now got in the mix, which is amazing. I say the noise gates are the noise gates. The compressors are pretty much the compressors. There's slight differentials to them. So some people will prefer the Soldano compressor over the Nameless compressor. I prefer the Pliny compressor. I just think it's brilliant. So that'll do for me. But you get a whole new bunch of cabs. You get some Nameless cabs in there. And you get some Soldano 412s as well. And that's it. As I pointed out in the intro, it is all just happening. It's doing its own thing. I'm not connected to anything. It's doing it all Wi-Fi. So that's where we're up to today. So let's get all this updated. I'll have a little play through some of the tones. Also in this update, we've got a few more effects. I think there's some new stuff. I'll talk to you about that in a sec. But there's definitely now the ability to load in your user presets. So if you've got a ton of user presets on Soldano, you can now just go into your preset and you can drag them in. You're using the Cortex control, which is brilliant because what we were having to do before is look at what your settings were and then marry them up to the Quad Cortex. This is now just a drag and drop thing and you get a user file now. Really, really good. So again, without this video being 17 days long, let's just wait for the update, sync Hosanna, and then we'll have a little playthrough, some of the Soldano and some of the Nameless, the Fortin Nameless presets on that bad boy over there, which you most probably can't see, but she's a filthy girl. So we're going to do that. Let's do that. See you in a bit.
Cool new feature that I'm digging is that now there is a new thing. You can see that it's showing up what is actually new. So it's saying that there is 2 new amps. If you go into the plugins, it tells you that the 2 new ones are there. Now with the Archetype Pliny, I had to reset this, whereas now it's just giving me, it's instantly loaded up those presets. So if I go into factory presets, would it be? We downloads of presets, plugin presets. Let's go Soldano. So I've got all of my Soldano. I've got my new user, which I obviously haven't got any yet, but I've got the neural DSP ones, which are all of their built-in ones. I've got all of the artist ones, which are great. So I can go and grab any one of any of those beastly plugins by other people who've took the time to make, so I can just use them and not worry about making my own. But there you go. So let's just try it out. We'll try a neural one. Chugdano. Let's go Chugdano, and there it is. If it's just is all in there. So we have the plug-in gate. Then we have the transpose, which is in there anyway. I don't know what should be there. Nothing, I'm assuming. And then you've got the slow compressor. So I'm assuming slow drive 1, slow drive 2, slow chorus, and then you've got the Soldano, which is brilliant because it's got all of the actual buttons that you would have on the actual amp, which you don't get with most plug-in things. You don't see all of these are actually what the amp would do. Absolutely brilliant. And then the slow cab, which is great, and that's kind of set up for that. And then you've got the EQ, so you can do the high low cut filter. We've got the room mics as well, which we have on the app. Then there is the doubler, the slow delay, and the slow reverb. Brilliant. So that's as easy as that goes. And then what we could do is we could also then just go into the Fortin Nameless, go into, there's a lot of chugs. Let's go for chugless straight away. So we've got a plug-in gate. We've got the transpose. We've got the Zool, which is also a gate. We've got the hex drive. We've got the grind, which is just like a filthy kind of, it kind of cleans up the filth a lot for like down-tuned guitars. Then we've got the pièce de résistance, the main thing, which is the amp, which is brilliant. So high, low, kind of like a plexi. So high brings in gain 1, and then you can just crank that to where you want it. Low takes that away because it's a less of a high gain situation at that point. Then you've got the doubler again, which I never really use. Then we've got the Nameless delay and the Nameless reverb. Absolutely brilliant. And again, I can go into artist presets, and we've got all of the artist presets we could ever want. Truly rad. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I'll throw one of these up, and then we'll have a little chug and see what it sounds like. Let's go. So here we are all fully updated. So I've basically just gone in, loaded up at the default Soldano patch, and this is what it sounds like. Massive sounding. Okay, so that is basically just the amp and a cab and an EQ block. There's no delays or anything in there, so let's double tap in the delay just as it is. So nice stereo delay. Instantly great sound, and let's just throw on the reverb. I'll take the delay out just so you can hear the reverb. So quite beefy, and with the delay as well.
instantly usable tone. So let's get rid of those two effects by just double tapping. And then what we're going to do is just going to start like maybe bringing in some of the distortions. So let me try bringing in that that drive 1. So this is drive on 2, level on 7. Basically, it's whatever the default is. So let's see what that does. Off. On. So instantly just tightens that whole gig up. That as you like. Let's take that one off, and let's put in overdrive 2. Again, drive on 2 levels. This is just the default settings, and it's on high peak as well. So this is just as it is. Off. On again. Beautiful, absolutely brilliant. So let's take that off and let's bring in the Soldano chorus. Bit ratey for me, that, so I'm just going to slow the rate down. Maybe try to mix. Sorry, bring the rate to about 1. And the depth to about 70%. Bring the mix down a little bit. I'd have to mess with that, but it seems like a usable chorus. Get rid of that. And that's basically it. We've got a transpose, which we have in all of the apps now since 3.0. So I can take that. That wherever I want it. I can kind of turn that into a sludge machine. Brilliant. So that's kind of the default for the Soldano X. Let's nip over now and look at the Nameless. Sorry, I'm dead sick as well. And we'll see what we got. So I'm just going to nip back out into my plugin presets. I've now got Fortin Nameless suite. I'm going to go into that and straight into the default, and let's see what it gives us as a default. So straight away, just a ton more bite in that. So we've got standard gate, which is the plug-in gate, which is what we normally get with all of them. Then we have got transpose, which again we've got in all of them. Then with this one, we do get the Zool noise gate, which is currently active. I'll take that off or down to 0. Little bit. Gone. Again, quite a nice noise gate there in addition to what we've already got. We have a Fortin overdrive, so let's throw that in. quite high end and scratchy because it's designed to be tuned down. This amp's perfect for like drop tunes. Anyway, that's the Fortin drive. The next one we've got is the grind. So this is always on, so this is it with it off. A lot more bass with it on. So I would suggest if you're playing drop D, keep that going. Throw the hex drive back in. Lovely. So grind, keep that for when you're dropping tuning, it'll tighten everything up. But I would, if I was in standard tuning or drop D, I'd leave it alone. Let's hit the amp. So you've got pull gain. So let's see what happens with that. I'll leave the settings exactly as they are. And we'll just mess with the toggles because otherwise we're going to be here for days. The pull gain drops the volume considerably. Just chug happiness. So let's take that off again, and then we're going to have massive output. So we'll have to drop that down again. So need to be mindful of that for your presets maybe. If you're pulling the gain, make sure you look at the output volume. I'll set that back to 0. And we've got a low and a high input gain as well. So what I'll do is I'll go from high. To low, but I could put the pull gain on low, which kind of brings that gain back up a little bit. But that's got a nice little roll. Really reactive to the pickup selection. So let's stick that back on high. So that sounds great. Then we've got the cab, which is Nameless cab. So I don't know what that bloody hell is. I'm assuming it's a Fortin of some description. And that's the presets that it's got in, which we could fuck with, but we're not going to because we haven't got time. So that's the cab. Then we've got a doubler. I'll show you what the doubler does. So it basically just splits this. It puts a slight delay on one of the settings and splits them stereo. And then with it. So basically it just splits it out a little bit. With it off. So just, kind of does that. And then we've got the 9-band graphic EQ, which we have in the plugin. And that gives us page 2, which gives us a high low pass cut, which is great. And then we've got the delay, the Nameless delay, which sounds like this straight out the box. Really, really ping-pongy. And by default, it lasts forever. So that's that. So I'll turn that off and then we'll just try the reverb. So the reverb will sound like this. So a lot more hauly than the Soldano. So let me just kind of set in the delay with that. But the delay, I'm going to bring the feedback right back. So maybe to like 20%. Tone, it was alright. Everything else felt okay. Mix was okay. Mix maybe a little bit high, maybe bring that to about 30%. Around 30. I don't want to mess about with it too much because we're not setting presets. But now I've got. And I really like that drive, so I'm going to throw that drive in there. Noises. Okay, so yeah, and that's the Fortin Suite default. But we all know this is meant to be like here with a zoom with the grind on. Just take that delay and reverb off. Maybe even lower than that. It kind of wants to be to be there somewhere. So anyway, no bloody boss in it. So very, very heavy, very, very chunky, and that is literally just the default presets. There is so much more in 3.1 that I'm not going to go over now. I just wanted to let you know how you update and what it looks like and kind of how it sounds like just as a default. It's bloody freezing in here. I'm full of cold. So that's what it is. So 3.1.0, definitely worth a punt. Even if you don't have any of the plugins or whatever, they're still on Black Friday deal, 50 odd quid or something. For 100 quid you could get a Soldano and the Nameless. I would definitely get that if I've got a Quad Cortex, because with those two sounds alone you could get an absolute wealth of extra bits. Sounds great. I'm going to play with it some more, and then I'll do a kind of demo on some of the other stuff about it. Maybe do some songs and stuff with it and just a few run-throughs as much as I can. So yeah, guys, brilliant. 3.1.0. I hope you have a great time with it. I have. It's boss. I'll see you in the next one.